All right, joining me now, CNN political commentator Michael Smerconish. He's also the host, of course, of CNN Smerconish. Michael, good morning. It's so great to see you live from Philadelphia this morning. Poll after poll, Michael, as you know, says that voters do want change. They want change. That answer from The View this week really undercuts that message. How much do you think that hurt her in this campaign?
Manu, I appreciate always being with you. When I saw that video clip for the first time, what immediately ran through my mind is Joe Biden would have had a different answer, right? I mean, I'm sure if you said to President Biden, what would you have done differently? He would have said, well, of course, I have lots of regrets. So what would be wrong by extension with his vice president saying, I'm proud of our record. I'm proud of the NATO alliance. I'm proud of the CHIPS Act. I'm proud of restoring jobs. I'm proud of having less chaos in the White House. But in retrospect, geez, I wish we'd been quicker to act on the border. Of course, losing 13 on the way out of Afghanistan is a huge regret. I think acknowledging one's shortcomings would be well received by the American public, but she struggles with this. Now, on the other hand, I have to say, to your point, you look at that Times Siena College survey, and for the first time, she is seen as more of a change agent than he, meaning Trump. So maybe it's winning for her. I don't know. I just thought that it was a poor response, and then repeated with Colbert. It's not as if it was gotcha and she didn't see it coming.
Yeah, I was surprised that she didn't have a better answer for this. What do you think? Why do you think that she is struggling right now to really close the deal? Look, she, of course, had that surge in the immediate aftermath of becoming the candidate, but the race, poll after poll, swing state after swing state, she's within the margin of error. Maybe she's a little bit ahead. Maybe Trump was a little bit ahead. What do you think her biggest challenges right now in the last 25 days?
She's just not been able to close the deal. And meanwhile, he gets darker and darker. There's just like no effort at all on his part for persuasion. It's all about motivation. And I can only think that the mindset on Trump's side of the aisle is we're tapped out at 45 or 46% of the vote. All we want to do is make sure that ours show up. There's some reticence, there's some reluctance on the part of certain voters who don't like Trump but are not willing to go with Vice President Kamala Harris. And I think, and you've been covering this morning, I think this is a large part of the President Obama pitch, especially to men of color, because that's the group that seems to be hesitant for whatever reason.
And look, Trump is winning with those male voters, but he is underwater significantly with women voters, struggling with suburban women voters. Can he win the presidency, say, losing Pennsylvania women by 15 points, according to the Quinnipiac poll? Is that enough for him still to make up the margin, the difference with men, and become president again?
Manu, you could fact check me on this. I don't think since he entered the stage in 2015, I don't think he's ever been above water with a majority of Americans. I mean, he's been able very carefully to assemble these elements that get him just enough. Of course, in 2016, there was an active, robust third-party factor that there isn't in this cycle. That might be the difference. Can he win Pennsylvania being so far underwater with women in the Commonwealth? I don't think so. I don't think so. But it's a game of inches. You see all the data. You've got the Quinnipiac, the Q study, same as I do. It's a toss-up in PA right now. I have no idea what happens.
Yeah, toss-up across the board in the 7 key swing states. Michael Smerconish, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thanks,
really appreciate
Manu.
it. Absolutely. And
you too.
For our viewers, remember to tune in to Smerconish tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, right here on CNN.